Shower thoughts are just you trying to play a mind game with yourself while half drowning. Now enjoy. Quidditch at Hogwarts is pay to win, due to the enormous difference in broom quality and the wealth gap between students. 0%, 99% and 100% are the most worrying numbers to see a progress bar pause a long time on. If future historians don't know how to decode multiple layers of sarcasm, the internet's really going to throw them off. The job of future historians will be the exact opposite of what it is now. From too little information to too much information. Filtering out what was real and what fake. A child eating a cake in the middle of the night is having a great time. An adult eating a cake in the middle of the night is having a terrible time. Having one bar of Wi-Fi is worse than having no Wi-Fi at all. Everyone claims to have OCD until it's time to put the shopping cart in the cart corral. Cocaine and Gillette razor blades cost too much to end up in some random kid's Halloween candy. A kid who just learned the alphabet must look at a computer keyboard and think grown-ups are a bunch of freaking idiots. We get more starlight during the day than we do at night. The first dog to pee on Mars would temporarily be the dog lord of the whole planet. Whoever invented ladies first just wanted an excuse to look at their bums. Cartoon characters only sneeze when it's relevant to the plot. Since young children have a limited vocabulary, their dreams must feature adults saying childish sentences. A story of being chosen from birth by your government to enter extreme military training based on your natural abilities is science fiction for humans but not for dogs. Up until 70 years ago, no one in the history of humanity had ever sat up in the middle of the night and said, "What's that beeping sound?" Using a laptop makes it look like you're doing work or something important while being on your phone looks the opposite. True laziness is memorizing how many minutes fast or slow your clock is, rather than changing it. Bob's Burgers and King of the Hill are the only two shows where the father is the smarter parent. There probably is a person who traveled to Australia instead of Austria. You realize you're getting older when the main characters aren't your age anymore. It's a real shame we say $1 million instead of $1 mega. If World War III or a plague broke out and killed a million people every day, it would still take 21 years to wipe out the human race. There sure are a lot of people. Prince Charles is a 70-year-old intern waiting for his first real job. The difference between a good guy and a bad guy in movies is that a good guy can always reach an object when they are being pinned down. Because the letter X is how we close apps or windows, it's likely that we see it 1000 times more often each day than people did 30 plus years ago. Queen Elizabeth has been alive for so long that the title King of England now sounds wrong somehow. A casino kicking someone out for card counting is the most accepted form of rage quitting because an opponent is good at the game. As an adult, sometimes being uninvited from events is more exciting than being invited to them. There are probably more guns and vehicle glove boxes than actual gloves, but renaming them gun boxes would likely be received poorly. Being asked for it as you get older goes from being caught to annoying, insulting, flattering, non-existent, and then finally a humorous joke by the cashier person. You know you are old when you've seen ripped jeans come in and out of fashion more than 4 times. There must have been a brief window in human history where it was weirder to see a stranger in clothing than it was to see a stranger naked. Thanks to online shopping, there are dildos flying around in the sky every hour of the day. The voice in your head also changes from a child's to an adult with you as you grow up. If water hydrates you and salt water dehydrates you, there must be some critical water salt ratio where you neither gain or lose hydration. Sign interview content has stopped more lazy people than underage people. World War III will have live stream. A bottomless pit is the safest pit to fall into. They say once data is on the internet it's on there forever. However, that seems to change once you try to find that awesome flash game you played 10 years ago. Nothing really compares to that empty feeling you get when your food falls off your fork and the fork goes into your mouth, foodless. Fit people probably think they're increasing their odds of surviving a zombie apocalypse, but instead they're just increasing the number of potential fast zombies. Having children is worse for your carbon footprint than eating meat, car travel and flying combined. There is no worse feeling than spending money on disappointing food. It's safer to fall from 10 miles high than from the 10th floor because on average, you'll live longer. Somebody once said money is never yours, it's just your turn to spend it. Following that same logic, water is never yours, it's just your turn to drink it. The rich kids used to get the store-bought Halloween costumes while the poor kids got the homemade costumes. Nowadays it's the other way around. Everybody is fawning over these companies turning vegetables into hamburgers like it's something new when cows have been doing it for centuries. Beating a game without any achievements is harder than beating it with all achievements. If the absolute zero is minus 273 degrees Celsius and things in the universe can get millions of degrees hot, then Earth and humans thrive in extreme cold temperatures. If magic exists and we scientifically studied it, it would stop being magic and become just another scientific discipline. The location of your mailbox marks how far you can from your house in a robe before you look like a mental patient. The allow to cool for 2 5-minutes instructions on packaging has to be the nicest way of saying, it's hot idiot, don't eat it yet. The auto stop function when you pull out your headphones on smartphones probably saved a lot people some embarrassment. Siri Google Alexa is a complete sentence. Because temperature is dictated by the speed at which molecules vibrate, when you put ice in a drink, you are technically adding slow. Our generation probably reads way more than previous ones, but instead of quality journalism and books by professional writers it's mostly not that well thought through comments hastily typed up on a tiny smartphone keyboard. Porn and cat videos are the only things that have been consistently relevant on the internet. People always criticize babies for crying, but if any adult was hungry and couldn't walk or talk, they'd probably cry too. Alligators and crocodiles are living in a post-apocalyptic world surrounded by creatures that are a product of their world's destruction. Purposefully spinning until you get dizzy is the first mind-altering drug we discover as children. People always complain about having to get up early for the school bus, but nobody thinks about how early the bus driver has to get up. Your bed instantly becomes 100 times more comfortable when your alarm clock starts beeping. Left-handed people push their pencils, while right-handed people pull their pencils. If you pee in your dream and actually wet the bed, that's technically a dream come true. Someone with a net worth of negative $1 million probably has a better standard of living than someone with positive $1,000. Being known as a good kid growing up meant that you probably weren't very good at being a kid.